Hello Internet, my name is Persephone and welcome to my channel. Today's the day. Player Housing Early Access is finally here at Reset, and with it comes one of the most overwhelming days of my WoW career. There is a lot to do, and I know I'm going to be scrambling around like a lunatic, and I know I'm not the only one. In order to focus my ADHD, I've made myself a to-do list for patch day, and I thought others might be in similar positions and would like an outline that might help them better control the realm. The prep actually starts the night before, when I'm choosing where to log out. I want to be close enough to quickly be able to start the introduction chain, but not so close to end up struggling with load screens or major city patch day instability. Historically, large patch days will take a toll on anyone trying to load directly into major cities, sometimes causing disconnects or extreme lag. To combat this, I'm placing my main directly outside the gates of Orgrimmar, just a few hundred yards from the housing introduction quest, but not inside the gates. I am now ready for patch day. Okay, servers are up, and the first thing I'm doing is logging on and starting the intro quest. As the GM of my community guild, I want to minimize the waiting for my community, so the sooner I start the chain, the sooner I can establish the neighborhood and everyone else can pick their plots. As the chain takes me into the neighborhood, I'm going to grab my plot and then log out. Hopefully the GM of my guild on the Alliance neighborhood has established the neighborhood at this point, so I can grab my Alliance plot. It's important I get both houses purchased before I start my decor collecting journey. Once my houses are purchased, it's off to the races. My main priority is to level my house as much as possible, ideally to rank 5, by collecting one of every decor item I can get my hands on. It's time to log back on my main and start my journey. This list is only really going to work to follow if you have the necessary rep and currencies for the items. So if I mention a rep you don't have, feel free to skip that step. My first stop is the neighborhood center, hitting up the foliage vendor, both elf vendors and the faction-specific vendors. While I'm there, I'm making sure to pick up the harvesting hatchet, then off to the smugglers. As Horde, the smugglers are in the far southwestern part of the neighborhood, and on Alliance, it's the far southeast. There are 3 smugglers, 2 with faction-specific decor, and 1 foliage vendor. Before I venture out into the world, I have one more neighborhood stop, the cobweb vendor. Lanomia in Razorwind and Plaza in Founder's Point offer 5 different cobweb decor items perfect for any spooky home, or for someone who wants everyone to know they only own brooms to ride on. Now that I have the neighborhood vendors out of the way, it's time to travel the world. As a Horde main, I'm starting with Horde-specific or factionless vendors. I'm planning on going 1 expansion at a time as to not overwhelm myself. My first stop is right outside the neighborhood. Captain Donald Adams on the gates of Orgrimmar sells the Lordaeron fence items. My next stop is Thunderbluff for the Tauren Bluff rug. Next, I'm hearthing to Halfhill. Yes, my hearth is set to Halfhill, mind your own business. And hitting up Gina Mudclaw for the Tillers related decor items, and then flying to the Lorewalkers in Vale for those decor items. There's multiple vendors here, so make sure to check each. Another stop in Vale I'll be making is the August Celestials vendor for the Golden Pandaren privacy screen and Pandaren stone lamppost. Before I leave Pandaria, I'll head over to the Jade Forest to get the Cloud Serpent items. From Jade Forest, I will hearth to my garrison and hit up my trading post vendor, and the vendor in the barracks. If you don't have either of these buildings, you can skip this step. I'll then hop to Spires of Iraq to visit the Arakaw outcasts who have a good variety of items at reasonable prices. My next step is to hearth to Dalaran and head to Suramar. I've been saving ancient mana specifically for the pillows here in the city. After I grab the squishies, I'm headed to Shalaran to talk with the Lysra, who has a good variety of items on her second page. We then hop on over to Val'Shara, where there's actually 2 vendors. The Dreamweaver Emissary has a handful of items on her, but if you turn around, there's a decor specialist with many more options, including the items from the Emissary. After we elf out a bit, we're headed to Thunder Totem to walk with the Earth Mother, or buy some horny cow items. The High Mountain Emissary on the upper level has 8 items to purchase, and the decor specialist down below has 14, so make sure to stop at both. Our next trip is to Battle for Azeroth, where we're making a quick stop at the doubloon vendor for the chest. It's expensive, so I expect that most people won't be sitting on the currency for this one. I happen to have it though somehow. I will then head to Mechagon, where there's tons of items that require a lot of the random crafting mats for Mechagon. So again, this is something a lot of people might not have saved up, but it's worth a check anyway. After Mechagon, I'm headed to the Great Seal to see Thalma, the decor specialist, who has 2 pages worth of decor items for me. Then to finish off BFA, I will head to Nazmir and grab my Talanji's expedition rep items. From BFA, we take flight with dragons, heading to Valdraken and the rep vendor there. Afterwards, we head west to the Dragonscale expedition vendor for an additional handful of items. Our last stop at Dragonflight is Belemeth, where we seek out Elandrieth. There is a vendor in Belemeth that is Alliance only, so I can leave this set for when I do the Alliance loop if I want to. For current content, we head to the Council of Dornogal Renown vendor first, then stopping in the Ringing Deeps for the few items on our decor specialist there, Chert. Then off to Hollowfall, where I get the bartender's shelves from the innkeeper in Merildar, and to Lara's Bronze Smelt, the Flames Radiance Renowned vendor, for his books. Speaking of books, we're headed to Oshkahet, the City of Threads, to buy the Kaheti Scribes records from Thrips in the Bazaar. Next, we're headed to Undermine, where all the rep vendors have a few items for us to get. Starting with the Cartels of Undermine, Smax has 4 housing items for us. Shreds with Venture Company has 2. Lab Assistant Laszlo with Steamweedle has 2 more. Then we head to Boatswain Hardy for our sconce and beach chair from Blackwater. Rocco Razboom from Bilgewater has a table lamp and chair. And finally, our buddy Sitch Lowdown has 2 more items for us, rounding out Undermine. Our final Horde or neutral vendor is Omsarik in Koresh, who has 12 items for us, if you have the crystals. Now that we're done with Horde, we get to start all over again on the Alliance. Thankfully, we've pared down the list quite a lot, so those ones shouldn't take too much time. Logging in right outside of Stormwind, again to avoid any major patch day major city lag or loading issues, we head to the Stormwind Quartermaster, who has multiple pages of items for us. After we clear the stock here, we hit up the Deep Run tram and head to Ironforge. The Ironforge Quartermaster has 5 items for us, if we have the rep and gold for him. Our next stop is Gilneas, where we have another 5 items that I can buy, 6 if you're a Worgen, and finish the story there. A short trip to Darnassus will give us a few more items from the Gilneas Quartermaster. We then make another stop in Twilight Highlands, at Thundermar for the Dwarven items there. Our next stop is Stormshield at Vindicator Nurum in the Town Hall for a large variety of Draenei-inspired decor. We next head to Borealis, where we find Provisioner Frey, who has our string lights and 4 other items. Then heading to Norrington Estate in Tiergard, we visit Delphine and get her 2 chandeliers. We then head to Stormsong Valley to Caspian for his 7 items. Our final stop on today's tour is back to Belemeth, where we hit up Mithrandir and pick up the stool and tent we missed earlier. This isn't all the vendor items. There's even more locked behind specific classes and races, but this should get us quite a few rep levels, as well as a nice blanket of items to start decorating with. Not only that, all this travel eats up a lot of time, so trying to knock out all the vendors is a recipe for burnout, and I can leave the rest for another day. Based on travel time and my testing for this video, this route should take me about 2 hours, give or take some ADHD squirrel brain activities, and I'll probably opt to start exploring neighborhoods for the rest of the day to see what some of the faster, more skilled builders have been able to whip up. That's my first day of housing planned. Hopefully making this helps me stick to it, and hopefully it helps someone else who might also feel overwhelmed tackling the daunting task of getting started. Good luck all, and happy building! Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more videos by me, make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to comment any questions, compliments, or concerns you may have down below.